CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Well, it began as a theft of electricity, but as it often does, it led police to a grow-op in a home near the Camosun College Lansdowne campus. Saanich police were called to investigate a house in the 1800 block of Lansdowne after BC Hydro noticed a theft in services. Police assessed the situation and decided to have a few members of the emergency response team standing by to assist in the investigation. When they got there, they weren't surprised to find a marijuana grow-op, which police say is taking up a good portion of the main floor.
They are inside the residence, confirming that there is, in fact, a bypass of the hydro services. And while they were in there investigating the theft, they did encounter a marijuana cultivation operation. It's described as being significant in size, but again, we're going to have to wait for proper authorization to conduct a full assessment of the actual marijuana cultivation lab. My understanding is it does encompass a significant portion of some of the main floor of the house.
Saanich police say there was a young child in the home at the time. There were also 2 women who've been taken into police custody. Police say they're waiting for a drug warrant to continue their investigation. We have a crew at the scene. We'll bring you more as it develops. And Saanich police are investigating a rash of thefts from vehicles. Police say there have been 32 break-ins reported since the beginning of May in Saanich alone. Half of those are in the Lake Hill and Saanich Road areas. The old adage applies: out of sight, out of mind. Police say the items taken typically are small change, electronics, sunglasses, GPS units, and even a motorist's wallet. There's a 25-year-old Saanich man in police custody after an early morning police chase that turned into a potentially dangerous game of cat and mouse. A VICPD canine officer spotted a stolen vehicle at about 1:30 this morning in the Rock Bay area. When the officer tried to pull the car over, the driver sped away before ditching the vehicle at Hillside Avenue and Turner. The officer put her canine to work, and the dog was able to track the alleged driver and a passenger near the Bay Street Bridge. One suspect tried to get away by jumping into the gorge waterway.
She deployed her police service dog, PSD Uno, on a long line tracking harness and tracked the 2 suspects from the vehicle. One of the suspects was located on the bridge, and another suspect was located a short distance away who had dove off the bridge and started swimming away.
Police say one of the men, a 25-year-old Saanich man, is facing charges of possession of stolen property, flight from a peace officer, and dangerous operation of a motor vehicle. VICPD says it is one step closer to reaching its goal of making the Capital Region the safest place in Canada. Its 2011 annual report is now out, showing that Victoria's crime rate has dropped to a new low. VICPD's online annual report shows a drop in crime right across the board, with an 11% reduction in crime and in traffic offences. Officers saw a reduction in property crime, a 32% drop in residential break-ins, and reports of stolen vehicles are down 41%. The annual report is a click away. You can check it out at vicpdcanada.com. Saanich fire crews jumped into action as a home went up in smoke today. The flames were spotted and the smoke coming from the roof of a home on Crease Avenue in Saanich. 17 firefighters arrived and were able to locate the smoke coming out of the back corner of the house, not far from the kitchen. Fire crews were able to douse the flames in just a matter of minutes. Firefighters say there was 1 man home at the time.
Yeah, there was 1 person inside with minor smoke inhalation. BCAS has taken him away to the hospital, and the smoke was basically coming from the Bravo corner of the house, Bravo Charlie side of the house, and basically in the kitchen area.
Not a lot of damage. The cause of the fire is still under investigation tonight. Well, with the sun out today and the temperature getting a little warmer, you may have been tempted to enjoy your lunch hour outside, but did you enjoy the weather like these guys did? Probably not. This is a mini dodgeball tournament in Centennial Square in Victoria today that drew a group of onlookers over the noon hour. The event was staged to mark International Move for Health Day and to promote the Victoria Dodgeball Championships, which are coming up this summer in July. 4 teams made up of staff members from local rec centres battled it out for dodgeball supremacy.
Basically, the recreation department from Victoria is going head-to-head with other recreation departments around the region. We've got a Esquimalt here, we've got Panorama, we've got a few people from Oak Bay. It's all for fun.
And it looks like the teams had some fun. In the end, the team from Esquimalt Rec dodged the most balls and won the lunch hour tournament. Move for Health Day aims to bring people together in a spirit of fun, inclusivity, and support of healthy, active living. The Victoria Dodgeball Championship takes place at Royal Athletic Park on July 14th. Anti-abortion activists marched through the streets of downtown Victoria today to send a message to the Prime Minister. Hundreds of people marched from Centennial Square, taking their message to the BC Legislature. The group says it wants to end abortion in Canada. It was part of the 4th annual Right for Life campaign across the country today. The protest comes 2 weeks after a Conservative MP tried to reopen the national abortion debate. Prime Minister Stephen Harper rejected the private member's motion in late April after Tory MP Stephen Woodworth called for a committee to study the point at which life begins. The discussion is expected to return to the Commons next month or in September for another debate and possibly a vote. Well, motorcycle riders in the Comox Valley are revving up for a big event in June. It's the Ride for Dad, a fundraiser in the fight against prostate cancer. The Ride for Dad's a cross-Canada event. This will be the 3rd year it's held in the Comox Valley. In 2010, it raised more than $10,000. Last year, more than $15,000. The goal this year is to hit the $25,000 mark and to raise more awareness about men's health so that more men will talk about the risk of prostate cancer and will get tested.
There's an estimated 1.2 million men with prostate cancer in Canada. However, about 800,000 men don't know they have it.
Prostate cancer is the most common form of cancer among men in this country. More than 24,000 cases will be diagnosed this year alone. If you'd like to take part in the ride, you can register online at motorcycleridefordad.org. RCMP and Nanaimo are hoping you might be able to help them find a missing truck that was stolen from Steve Marshall Ford. It's a limited edition Harley-Davidson Ford F-350 taken off the lot on the morning of May 3rd.
It was taken from the compound, so that's of interest because the compounds are secure and there's surveillance footage. And someone would have to get the keys. The keys are all accounted for, and there was I think there was a quarter tank of diesel. So it's just unique in that it's not common for cars to go missing from a lot.
The truck is worth more than $30,000. If you've seen it, you know where it might be, or who's responsible for stealing it, the Nanaimo RCMP would like to hear from you. Well, wildfire season is almost upon us, and firefighters are practicing their techniques right now for when the flames break out in hard-to-reach places. BC's wildfire fighters are considered among the best in the world, able to tackle tough terrain and fight back flames in grueling conditions. Today they were practicing hover exits in Qualicum Beach. That is an important skill to master when helicopters cannot land due to uneven or rocky terrain.
It's definitely important here on the coast. There's a lot of mountains, there's a lot of really rocky terrain, and we need to be prepared for anything. In heli-tac, often we're going to come up in conditions that are going to be steep slopes or unstable slopes, and we're going to need to be able to get down in areas that the helicopter can't necessarily touch down in.
Firefighters from across the province are taking part in the training underway here. Many will go back to the interior for the summer season to be on call when the wildfires break out. The last few seasons have been relatively calm, but in 2009, firefighters were kept busy across BC with more than 3,000 wildfires burning in the province. Scouts in Nanaimo are heading out on a mission. They're trying to raise enough money to restore their aging headquarters, and it could use a little work. Hundreds of children take part in the activities at the Scout Hall in Nanaimo. This building has been well loved for more than 80 years, but it's beginning to show its age. The first priority is to put on a new roof, but just about everything from the foundation up needs to be repaired or replaced. Community volunteers built this hall by hand in 1927.
As a group and a community, and I believe as a town as a whole, everyone got behind it and built this fabulous old structure. If you look around the hut, you'll see that our lighting is very old, and we could really do with a facelift in a lot of ways. We need new soffits, we need new siding for the exterior of the building, we need the foundation painted. I could go on and on. In fact, we even need a new toilet.
Well, they'll be raising money, and they need your help to do all of that. One of the fundraisers is a bottle drive on June 10th. If you can help the Scouts, drop your bottles off at 2230 McCulloch Road. The Scouts will also be going door to door to collect, so do what you can to help.